Hi guys, I've been meaning to make this video, but it's been really busy around here, and I'm going to tell you why. As of today, I should have been 37 weeks pregnant, um, but, um, obviously I'm not pregnant anymore, so let me go back. On the 22nd, I went to my doctor's, and, I had to go to a specialist too. I was going to start to go weekly, and but anyways, I went to my regular doctor, and I have been telling him for I don't know how many weeks that I've been having a lot of lower back pressure, and a lot of pressure in my pelvis. So the week before that, he had checked me and I was 2 centimeters. Well, he checked me again, and I was 2 centimeters and 80% effaced. But like the Jackson's heartbeat sounded great. Um, my weight was my weight when I got weighed. I weighed the same weight as when I found out I was pregnant. I'd gain like 4 pounds, and I'd lose like 3, and then gain a pound. Like it was like that my whole pregnancy. So then we left there. We went and ate lunch. Then we went to the specialist, and everything looked great on the ultrasound. He was still head down. The fluid levels and everything was fine. And like he was practicing breathing. But yeah, everything was great. So we left and we stopped by my grandma's house and visited for a little bit, and then we came home. I felt fine. Like usually, like all I'd want to do is eat. Well, that particular day, like I hadn't ate since lunch. I did get like a small bag of Doritos. I think it was Cool Ranch chips on the way home that I snacked on. Then I finished them when I got home. And that was the only thing I ate, besides drinking water. So, like, I felt fine. Like, I went to bed and, like, I was sleeping really good. Well, I woke up about 1:30 in the morning on April 23rd, and I thought my son peed on me. Because my son still sleeps in bed with me because obviously he has to fall asleep with me. He's mommy's boy. But couldn't physically move him with being pregnant, because that's what I was doing before I got pregnant. He'd fall asleep with me, then move him to his room or to his bed. But anyway, but I noticed like all the wetness was like on the front of me, and I was like, well, I was sleeping so sound and being so pregnant, maybe, I peed. So, I got up, I texted my husband at work, and it was right around the time when he was on lunch, or he's getting ready to go on lunch. I can't remember which. I think he was getting ready to go on lunch, and I told him either my water had broke or I peed myself. So, like, I stayed up and was drinking some water, and, like, I had changed my clothes, and I put a pad on, and I was just sitting here, but, like, mind you, I'm not having contractions, I'm still having, like, a lot of lower back pain. And so, like, I was like, well, I need to get up and, like, walk around and figure out if it was my water. So, I got up and, like, walked around a little bit, and then I felt, like, a couple little gushes. So, I called my husband at work, and told him, and had him paged, which he's not even 2 minutes away from where we live. And mind you, he already knew, but I had to call his work. He just couldn't say, hey, I gotta go, my wife's in labor. So he got on the phone, and I told him, hey, you need to come home, my water broke. And so I got off the phone with him. I texted a couple of people, and then I got my son ready. Got him dressed and ready to go, and mind you, this is 1:30 in the morning, and woke up my 3-year-old. So we got to the hospital, and they was gonna go ahead and check me, and if I wasn't, that far, like, dilated, they were gonna go ahead and let me go and drive the hour and a half to, so my doctor could deliver my son. Well, she checked me, and I was already 5 centimeters, which really, it didn't shock me, because with Mason, when my water broke with him, when I was induced with him, I was 4.5 centimeters when my water broke. So, like, they had to get all my information, like, transferred, and, like, all that stuff. And so, I got my epidural about, I don't know, I want to say 3:34. I was between 7 and 8 centimeters. Like, I was really tired. The contractions weren't bothering me, which, I mean, with Mason, they didn't bother me either, because I was so used to having them. But, I mean, like, I was having a lot of lower back pain. And, of course, the pelvic pressure of him moving down the birth canal. But anyway, I got my epidural between 7 and 8 centimeters, and the second time around getting the epidural was so much easier than when I had my son. My Mason, my oldest one. I have 2 boys now. But anyways. These with Mason, it took him 3 tries to get it in. The anesthesiologist came in, and, like, I didn't feel nothing. She numbed me, and that was it. So I did get a little bit of sleep. My husband took our son to my brother-in-law's house. He had to wake up my brother-in-law to keep my son. I guess he wasn't allowed to stay there with us, sadly. And he wasn't really behaving very well. I mean, he is 3. Anyway, so, like, they got me all checked in and everything, and by 7:45, like, I was resting, and, like, my nurse had just came in and checked on me, and, like, I felt fine. And within 5 minutes, I had the urge to push. And I could feel, pushing. I was numb, but, like, on my lower, like, right side, like, down in my, like, my pelvis area, like, the top of your pelvis, like, right where your hip bone is where I felt the pressure. So I told my husband, I was like, I need to push. So he went out and got my nurse, and she came in, and, like, she just looked, and, like, his head was right there. It's like they had to get everybody in, and I told her, I was like, I'm not trying to push, my body is pushing. And so they got everything set up, and the doctor that delivered my son, well, my new son, wore glasses. And so, like, I could see everything, like, in her glasses, like, what was going on down there. Which I thought was kind of cool, because, like, with my son, like, I didn't get that. But with Mason, like, my legs was up, like, in the stirrup thingies. And this time, I had a nurse holding one leg, and my husband was holding the other. They did have to give myself, some oxygen to help me, breathe through and, push. I did have to get cut because of the way his head was positioned. And mind you, the doctor was like, well, you're going to feel a pinch. But she was numbing my area. And of course, I looked away because I could see everything in her glasses. And so after she cut me, after that, I think I only pushed maybe 4 times. And he was out. Sorry. And, like, he came out, like, really quick. I can't believe I'm getting emotional about this. I'm sorry, you guys. But, like, he came out screaming. They put him on me, and my husband cut the cord. And, his cord, it was like a curly Q cord. But I only had, like, 3 stitches. To where with my son, I had a 4th-degree tear. So I had a lot more stitches. Sorry. But they took him and, checked his sugar and got him all cleaned up and made sure he was okay because he was 3 weeks early. He was born at 8:04 in the morning. Sorry. He was they measured him at 19 inches, but when we went to the doctors, he was actually sorry, 18 inches. Sorry guys. Yeah, he's 18 inches. He was 6 pounds 7 ounces. He's a tiny little thing. When I took him, we got out of the hospital. I had him on a Thursday and we got out of the hospital on a Saturday. But his sugars was fine. He did have a little bit of jaundice, which we had to go for 2 days in a row and have his heel pricked. To make sure like his levels were going down because it was still sitting at an 18, which is high, and if it went down, then he would have to get the belly band or something like that, the light. But thankfully it went down. I was so happy to be home. It killed me. Sorry. For Mason to come up to the hospital. And then he's like, I was able to walk out to the car with them when they left. Get him in the car and give him a kiss and, and he would cry. Wanting me to come home with him. And I couldn't. Not anyone that personally knows me knows I have never been away from my son a day in his life for more than like an hour. Like he has been with me every day, every minute, every second, everything since the day he was born. It's like it was really hard on us both. But when I had my husband go and pick him up later that day so he could come and meet his brother, and not long after they showed up, they had took Jaxson to go check his vitals and give him a bath and all that stuff. I'm a hot mess. I'm sorry, you guys. But they wheeled him into the room. It's like my room. It was like a double room. It was like meant for 2 people, but I was the only one in it. Which, I mean, it was nice, but boring at the same time. I didn't expect to cry, you guys. I'm sorry. But, they wheeled them in, and, Mason knew who he was, and they wheeled him in, and he's like, brother, and so I got up, and I picked him up, and he held out his hands, wanting his brother. And, he loved him. He loves him so much. And, everybody was, worried and saying how, he was gonna act up a lot, and, he'd probably, be mean towards them, and, all this stuff, and, he hasn't been at all. He does act up every once in a while, but I mean, that's normal. He's 3. But I mean, it's nothing that I feel I don't know how to describe it. It's not like I don't trust him with his brother. He knows that he can't touch the top of his head. He knows that he can't pick him up by himself, that he has to be gentle. But anyways, we came home on a Saturday. We came home that Saturday, and Sunday morning, Mason woke up, and, his eyes were just, they were red, and, he had gook in them, and, go figure, he got pink eye. Um, which I mean, he could have got from anywhere. But sadly, he had already touched his brother. So now my poor preemie newborn has pink eye too. I'm actually starting to think that I'm getting it as well. Which is expected because I'm the mama and I do the drops and it's a mess. And of course, his doctor's like, well, keep him away from the baby. Well, he had already touched him, so I mean, it was a little late for that. So we've been washing hands constantly. But that Monday after he was born, I took him to the doctor's, and they weighed him, and he was a little under 6 pounds. Actually, he was a lot more under. I can't remember. I write everything down. So he was 5 pounds 15 ounces. So he did lose weight, but I mean, again, that's normal. He's just a little bitty little guy. And then I took him back in. When did I take him in? Thursday? I think Thursday I took him back into the doctor's because he had gotten pink eye. And he was a little over 6 pounds, I believe. I forgot to write it down. It was just me at this appointment. I had Mason plus a newborn, and it was a mess. His belly button fell off yesterday. Which, with Mason's, I had to, clean it with, alcohol to help it fall off. But luckily Jaxson did his on his own. He did not get circumcised in the hospital. But he is getting circumcised, which is going to kill me. The reason he didn't get circumcised, it wasn't because he's a preemie or of his weight. It's just that he was too small, manhood-wise, for the little plastic clip thing that they use to help do the thing. So he goes tomorrow just to do a weight check and make sure everything's where it should be. He is eating every 3 to 4 hours, usually about every 3.5 hours. He's eating anywhere from an ounce to an ounce and a half. And every once in a blue moon he'll only eat a half ounce. But he hasn't done that in quite a while. So possibly tomorrow they may be circumcising him, which I'm not looking forward to at all. It's gonna kill me. But I mean, it just depends on his size, and if not, when he goes back in a month, then they'll do it then. But I mean, sleep-wise, he sleeps amazing. He only cries when he's hungry or he's wet. Or if he wants held. He's not very big on baths. He don't like being naked at all. But he is getting a little bit better with it. He's only had 2 baths since he's been home. Which I know may sound weird, but I don't want to dry out his skin. Especially with him being so little. He has wrinkles all over. My acid reflux is gone. Gone. Huh. He is a hairy little man. He has hair all over. A head full of beautiful blonde hair. Which he gets from his mommy. It's where Mason looks like his dad. Jaxson he takes after mommy. But yeah, he's a good little baby. Um, for now. I know that could change. But I mean, he's a great sleeper. Um, he has to be swaddled, or like he freaks out. Now if he's like sitting in a swing, he doesn't have to be swaddled. Just as long as he's covered up, like he's fine. But to sleep in his bed, he has to be swaddled. Um, but his arms can't be like tucked in or any of that stuff because he gets really angry. He does like chewing on his hands and like having his hands up by his face, and it's a fight to get him to eat because of that reason. He's moving around. So yeah, he's a week old. And like it's hard to, like, when you have your first kid, you don't realize how much you could love somebody. And then like the love you feel when you have your first kid, it's amazing. And then, you get pregnant with your second one, and then you think, how can I love another person as much as I love my son? But the moment they laid him on me and I grabbed him, oh my god. I mean, like, I'm still in awe. Like, I'll sit at night and, like, I'll look at him. And it's like, wow, you're here. You should still be inside my belly and growing and gaining weight. And, it's just amazing how much I love him. How much I love both my boys. Like, when I go to bed at night, like, I'll cuddle up against Mason. And it's like, it's an amazing feeling. To be somebody's mom. To love two little men as much as I love them. It's an amazing feeling. There's some days that I feel like, a bad mom. Like I messed up somewhere. Like Mason be, not listening and being bad and, being mean. And it's like, is he like this because, I did something wrong? Or is it just because of his age? But, as parents, we do the best we can. I would do anything for my boys. They come first and foremost. And I'll always be that way. I don't care what people say about me. I don't care, if they want to insult me or whatever. But leave my kids out of it. They're innocent babies that haven't done anything to anybody. You don't mess with my kids. I know this video is probably really long, and I'm a hot mess, and I know it's probably, some of you guys are probably thinking, ew, that's disgusting, she's wiping her nose on her shirt. I don't have anything else by me to wipe my nose. It's probably a really long video, and I'm a hot mess, so I do apologize. I am so behind on videos. I am trying to catch up with everybody's videos. If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, I post pictures all the time. So, I mean, there's some of you that probably have already seen pictures of him. But I'm going to show you my little guy, and then I'm going to end the video. So here's my baby. This is Jaxson Todd. He's really little. And he's not crunched up. He had stretched out. His feet are way over here. There's his hair. Chubby cheeks. He does love to swing. But that's my new addition to my family. I should have went and laid down. Put him in bed. He's due to get up at 11 anyway, so then I'll go to bed. But I am trying to catch up on all my videos. Everybody that now I'm getting hiccups. To everybody that I'm subscribed to, mainly watch them at night. Like when I try to catch up to them, or like when I get up in the middle of the night with them, like I'll watch a video or whatever. I may not comment on them or like them or, but I watch what I can and then I go back to bed. But I hope everybody's doing well. My thoughts and prayers go to Nicole. I know she has an upcoming surgery. Thoughts and prayers to Kimber and Kathy and Shay and Reborn Blessed and just everybody. I do think about a lot of you guys. I know a few of you follow me on Facebook, and then a couple of you follow me on Instagram. But yes, I'm just trying to catch up. But anyway, this video is really long. It's gonna take forever to upload. But that's okay. But sorry for the crying mess. My hormones are way out of whack. But I hope everybody is well. And thanks for watching. And I will talk at y'all later.